And we're alive. You might be wondering why I'm not playing the game right now. Well, that's because, as it turns out, a huge patch for the game dropped like on the weekend, like 4.2 gigabytes. So yeah, I have two options. I can either cancel the stream midstream and like start again later, or I could like talk to you guys while I wait for it to finish. Could have sworn I installed the precedent last night. You know what? I'll just decide it's something at random through my library, like something I don't think I've streamed before. How did I get Kung Fury in my Steam library? I mean, not complaining, free movie, but still weird. Oh, hey, Briley. Stalker 2 just dropped a massive patch. I should really get around to adding. I should really add the OST, the background music I have. I do, however, have a backup. Currently waiting on a huge patch for Stalker 2 to finish reserving space in my computer. Probably going to wind up streaming something else entirely. 9 Inch, in case you're curious what this is actually stuff Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails composed. He released it for free. Like, I'm gonna use it as long as I like can't make money off these streams, but when I actually do get, in fact, I'll probably actually get some BGM composed before that happens, so I don't have like have an awkward period where I don't have any BGM. What do I like to stream in the meantime? I could stream Xenoclash. I've never played that at all. No playtime. I could also play Pacific Drive, which I have played but never on stream. Also Hotline Miami, Giga Record. It's just absolutely wild how my next video has developed. Like, this is one of those cases where it feels like I pull out like a small plant only for it to turn out to have like a ton of roots and be a lot bigger. I would not be surprised if I gain like at least like 100 or so subscribers from this because of how big it is. Like, I'm not saying that will happen. Like, I'm fully preparing myself for the possibility the video bombs, but like, I'm just saying, like, it's definitely with it. If the stars align, it will blow up. And I may try and force a few of those stars to align. And it's my most frequent chatter as of late. Like, we're not doing S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 right now because, well, the game is actually patching, and, oh hey, that's actually progress. So I might as well just reflect. I actually do have a pretty cool idea for a thumbnail in mind. You'll have to wait and see, though. You know what I could do? Might as well show off some of the more interesting games I have on my Steam library. At least one game that was like completely removed from Steam. Let me see if I can't find it. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but the problem is I don't think I have any installed on my desktop right now, and if I was going to install it, I might... Up here's the game. Like, this one actually got removed. I don't even remember how I got a... hold of it. I'm not sure. Apparently it was a ripoff, so on one hand, I'm not going to like stream it, but on the other hand, I don't really want to like remove it because, well, it's kind of lost media. Tell you what, if someone can find like a place I could legally buy the game this is apparently a ripoff of, I'll actually stream the illegally purchased version. I actually do want to try and stream this one day, but well, the problem is that it's apparently really hard to get to work with modern computers. I have played some of Buckshot Roulette, and I do like it, but I can't stream it because, well, the thing is, for whatever reason, if I put it in windowed mode, it only has, like, a very small part of... Do I even have Doom Classic installed on here? It's not that I dislike the game. It's actually pretty good from the little I played. It's just, well, for whatever reason, like, windowed mode is kind of screwed up, so I'd need a second monitor if I wanted to, like, stream it and check chat. I'm kind of surprised I don't see more VTubers stream this game. Seems like an easy way you could just have like a chat with fans, although then again, I guess I could maybe see people who aren't part of your fan base jumping in. This one I've actually kind of wanted to stream for a while, but well, I'm honestly not sure how to start. Comedy night? I only found out about it because of Video Game Donkey, of all people. About Oblivion, the original, not the remake, which I do want to play at some point, but probably not for a while. I want to see if they, like, add anything new to the remaster. Like, I actually played this, like, back in 2019, and it was a fun experience. Like, I would say I actually liked it more than... Actually, now that I think about it, I'd probably say that, like, my mood really depends on if I like Morrowind. My mood really determines if I like Morrowind or Oblivion more. But for whatever reason, Oblivion just would not let me manually save. I don't know if it was Steam or if it was like something related to how old the game was versus my OS, but I'm probably, unless someone can like figure out a patch for it or like helps me come up with a workaround, I'm probably never streaming like the original Oblivion. Remake? Sure, if enough people ask. This game I actually have streamed before. Basically, you get to, like, combine creature genetics. I think I'm the only VTuber who's ever streamed this game, because if there is another VTuber who has, I haven't seen them. That's another game I can comment on while I wait. I might as well comment on this. You know, I found myself wondering what exactly Konami's gonna do for, like, the next Metal Gear Solid collection, because the thing is they've got quite a few options. Like, I guess they could do Guns the Patriot. It's Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and the Phantom Pain, but, well, I kind of feel portable ops shouldn't get overlooked. Now I'm wondering if they'll ever do, like, the Twin Snakes. I've heard that's actually a really good remake. This is an excellent remake. Like, no joke. It's everything I could ask for in a remake of the original Pharaoh. In fact, you know what? I think I'll play a few minutes right now just so I can show you guys what it's like. Definitely different than Yu-Gi-Oh! If that's the only experience you have with ancient Egypt. This game is going to age a lot better for one simple reason. The original Pharaoh had all, like, computer-generated stuff. Time, like, very similar to, like, the original, like, Command and Conquer, like, the early RTS games. This goes a more cartoony direction. I hope the devs end up making a remake of Zeus, since that was probably the city builder I spent the most time on. kind of surprised no one's made, like, a mission that lets you basically experience the events of the Prince of Egypt for this game. You can probably figure out what the reference I went with was. So we've got like 7 minutes left until S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2's patch finishes loading. So I think I'll play some of this then.
Pharaoh Khufu has at last made his plans known, and his boundless aspirations.
So basically our objectives in this mission are to get above a certain kingdom rating, which we can get by doing certain requests, and a monument rating, which, well, we get by building monuments. But we can't do either of those until we actually have, well, people who can do work for us, so let's see what our options for food are. We will be basically providing our using like ostrich meat. I've heard that's pretty similar to beef. In case you're curious why there isn't any houses in, like, the middle road, why I'm not connecting the middle road, oh, that's because, like, houses can actually, like, group together. Okay, now that we have some civilians, let's build... build the other basic amenities we'll need, namely food, water... or a granary and a bazaar. And a bazaar. I'm also going to build a firehouse. and an architect's post because, well, I have 108 people out of a job, and, but right, that's right, I need a dock. This is Pharaoh. It's an Egyptian city builder. I'll play for like 5-10 more minutes, then we'll switch over to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. just so you can like see what it's like. You'd think that they'd actually let me build farms in this. And I need to build a doctor. It's more like, actually it dropped last week. It's just I hadn't gotten around to I forgot to install it before stream. Okay, you know what? I think I've shown off enough of Pharaoh 2 for now, and I want to get over to S.T.A.L.K.E.R, so will this revert the fact that I set it to windowed mode? It did not, which is fortunate for me. I will need to add a note to the description in about when I actually started playing S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. Main story related stuff. Maybe get some artifacts and sell them for cat. Uh, that was certainly an interesting bug. I did a few things off stream, nothing major. Like, I picked up this as the most notable thing. I also got my hands on what's generally considered to be like one of the best assault rifles in the game. I keep on forgetting.
Blocked? Shit!
We'll circle round from the northwest. They might be good at stealth. That's my man.
Any question?
The wardens think that... Any.
Look at us. As long as Faust is surrounded by fan...
Oh, yeah.
We didn't plan this when we turned on the S.T.A.L.K.E.R, but we can't let Faust turn the zone into zombie land. The zone bows to no one. This is gonna be a real mess. The model... I can't wait to get rolling.
Why don't we just head back to Proming and shut down the Dugas?
We've tracked synchronizing impulses. Basically,
I was born...
let's get down to business. You see, but we haven't been sitting around, and we've got blueprints from... You gotta get to the transformer room and shut down the Dugas. Once you're done, we'll take care of the Monolithians, while you take on Faust. Any questions?
Just gotta turn on streamer mode.
Any complications I should be aware of?
The sewers ain't exactly a walk in the park. They're crawling with mutants. Shutting down the Dugas might make a little noise.
Any guard?
Our teams report that Monolithians don't give it. As for the ward, after the hit date,
I've got my part.
we've got all our friends gathered. Did you? You're the last piece of the... The Monolithians have us outmatched.
I'll I'll shut down the Dugas.
Attaboy! The signal is that's the gist of it.
I'm wondering if I should have gone with a shotgun instead of a sniper rifle. You know what? I could always just reload the save.
You know, Skiff, I've got this gut feeling. When shit's about to hit the fan, I can sense it coming a mile away. But if there's good stuff around the corner, I get pumped up in advance. And this time, my gut's telling me it's gonna be smooth as silk. Just like it's meant to be. You'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll see the shining zone sooner than we expect.
Don't know the name. It's not that I can't watch, but mainly because, well, I don't actually have cable, have like cable set up. If I did, I actually would be willing to give it a try. It might be a bit of a overkill to use a revolver around on a rat, but I don't care. Maybe another day.
You know, Skiff, I've got this gut feeling. When shit's about to hit the fan, I can sense it coming a mile away. But if there's good stuff around the corner, I get pumped up in advance. And this time, my gut's telling me it's gonna be smooth as silk. Just like it's meant to be. You'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll see the shining zone sooner than we expect.
Nothing in there. First time playing, I think I'm like in, I know I'm past like the halfway point. I've learned that the zone is one hell of a drug. So far, our star wasn't wrong. Like, there isn't really anything, like, bad here. Like, I would have expected, like, a bunch of monolithians and exoskeletons. So far, zombies is actually quite manageable. I mean, are quite manageable.
Look out! We're flying! We're ready! Stay low. Get there. Awaiting orders.
You know, I've always found it odd that no one's ever done like a Skiff's Mind or like a Freeman's Mind-esque series with the Stalker games. Like Stalker 2 I can at least get since like they have like a voice protagonist, but Clear Sky honestly seems like it would have been the perfect game since, well, Scar did not talk at all in that game. And I don't just mean no voice acting, like he didn't really do anything for dialogue. Now what do I do? So much for going over there. I will admit I did not know.
We've got everything ready. How come you're not there?
Just a minute. I haven't seen the Mission Impossible movies, but like honestly, I'm not exactly surprised. Can't exactly say I'm surprised by the fact that they're ending them. Well, they've been around for quite a while. Really now?
got here as fast as I could. What's the latest?
So far, everything's going smoothly. The fanatics are suspecting something, but that was part of the plan too. Time to open the presents. That'll keep the monolithians busy while you make a run for the transformer room. We'll get in touch once you're there. China, we're ready.
About time. Let's get this party started, Commander.
Ambush on the roof. We need backup. 150. They went around the tripwires. They got some weapons. Can't tell what it is. Don't even think about engaging as
I have, and well, there's some stuff that I would say about her related to some very questionable images I found, like you might have heard like a rebel taxi, like one of rebel taxi's associates, I want to say, Neon Caffeine, posted like some stuff, and well, it was like pretty questionable. Like, she was a decent I viewed her as just like a decent animator before then, but after that, well, let's just say that I'm not gonna even.
Papa team here. Mission complete. Ha-ha! They took the baits. 4 large units are heading to the explosion sites. We're falling back. The path is clear. This is your moment, Skip. The rest of you, let's keep the fanatics running in
In case you're wondering what I'm doing, well, there's a unique weapon that I want, and I'm looking up like the location.
We're getting antsy waiting for them here.
It's. I do have the images that were like controversial of her saved, but unless like something else comes out, I don't think I have enough to make a video.
Papa team here. Mission complete. They took the base. 4 large units are heading to the explosion sites. We're falling back. The path is clear. This is your moment, Skip. The rest of you, let's keep the fanatics running in circles. Stop. We've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest. As far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here. Not yet, Skiff. Initiate the transformer overload. We can't keep them distracted for much longer.
I'm classic. I'm old-fashioned. I like chocolate the best. Though it's been a while since I've had M&M's. Minis are really good. I wonder if they've ever tried to do like an M&M's Mega, like. Instead of like smaller M&Ms, like double, like ones that are just like half the normal size. You know what I'm reminded of? What I found myself watching like the other night? A movie talking about like all the controversies Super Size Me had, and like I found myself wondering, thinking something. You want to know what I found myself thinking? If they'd gone with like a different, a slightly different focus, they probably could have pulled off a better movie.
We're falling back. The path is clear. This is your moment, Skip. The rest of you, let's keep the fanatics running in circles. Not yet, Skip. Initiate the transformer overload. We can't keep them distracted for much longer. Stop! We've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint.
Like that movie actually got a sequel. If
As far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here.
nice. From what I understand, it was actually like a pretty good one. Like, a like good one. Like, you can watch it on YouTube for free. With ads, obviously, but like, I would not be opposed to doing like a watch party. Like, the thing about Spurlock is, you know how like during the whole Me Too movement, and like everyone came out with accusations. He actually came out with he actually basically fessed up. Like, the thing, I don't know if like what if he would have actually like gotten off scot free if he just stayed quiet, but like he did this right around the same time he was like releasing releasing the sequel. So as a result, aside from the fact that well the sequel well didn't do as well. Oh, there's also the fact that, you know, the movie was like really old. Like, there was actually a point where I considered like doing like focusing more on like movie scripts when I was making like scripted videos. I mean, not like reviewing them, but rather like, I mean, actually more like, yeah, like talking about like production and whatnot. Like, I made a video I made a while back, which honestly is probably one of like my less or known ones, is well, a video on the Richard Kelly script of Holes, which if that had actually done more on better, I probably would have actually focused more on that, and I'd be more like a movie VTuber instead of like a drama one. But like the Richard Kelly version of Holes is honestly something I would love to like do like a dramatic reading of with other VTubers one day. Mm. Thanks. But anyways, regarding like Super Size Me 2, like I actually kind of like there were some stuff like the guy whose video I was watching, if I remember or to do so off the stream, email like link it in the description.
Are you there, Stalker? Now, you gotta activate all the transformers. That should overload the grid and temporarily shut down the Duga. We're in position, boss. The garage, 20 to the north. We just spotted a scouting party. Hold them off, no matter what. Don't let them catch sight of China. Copy that, boss.
I have, and I know about his video, yeah.
Stop! We've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest, as far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here.
I think I'll just dedicate the rest of the stream to killing Faust, then I'll call it a stream since, well, I do want to make the thumbnail tonight.
Stop! We've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest, as far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here.
I would need to take a little bit to think of that. One movie I would like to give a spotlight on is like, well, Southland tells like Richard Kelly in general is just like an insane person and I mean that in like a positive way. Like I mentioned in holes earlier, but well, if you don't know, like,
In from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest. As far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for
the original book was like a, like, kind of coming of age story about, like, well, I don't know if, now that I think about it, I don't know if, coming of age might be the best term to describe it, but, like, I guess, like, young adult. Old story. Richard Kelly turned it into, like, a post-apocalyptic story. I was actually really damn close. Like, I should have switched over to the Carmel rifle. But anyways, like, the thing about Richard Kelly's holes, where was I? Like, post-apocalyptic story, which, well, just aesthetic.
Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here.
Oh, come on. I literally, it should, like, if it had triggered 1 second sooner, I would still be alive, but
Star, we've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest. As far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here.
If I die one more time, I'll actually lower the difficulty.
Star, we've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're searching around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest. As far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for you here.
If there is one feature I would bring back from the original S.T.A.L.K.E.R games, it would be a counter telling me how many enemies were in the area. Or was it like... normal difficulty, it's just, well... They actually did it, like, mix in like, difficulty buffs and difficulty... They did, like, both buff and nerf the difficulty. I need to, like, sit down and think to give you, like, the exact specifics, but... one specific that comes to mind is, well, in the original game, aims it at... Actually took, like, quite a while before you could get decent gear. If you didn't know what you were doing, that is. There are videos for how to become, like, OP in each game. Like, oddly enough, Clear Sky is probably, like, the easiest one to play on, like... Is probably, like, the easiest one to get broken because, well, that game is also, like, very buggy.
Are you there, Stalker? Now, you gotta activate all the transformers. That should overload the grid and temporarily shut down the Duga. We're in position, boss. The garage 20 to the north. We just spotted a scouting party. Hold them off, no matter what. Don't let them pass.
I should have brought a shot. Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's entirely possible I could be saying I should have brought a sniper rifle.
Are you there, Stalker? Now, you gotta activate all the transformers. That should overload the grid and temporarily shut down the Duga.
It was actually not that bad.
Are you there, Stalker? Now, you gotta activate all the transformers. That should overload the grid and temporarily shut down the Dugas. We're in position, boss. The garage 20 to the north. We just spotted a scouting party. Hold them off. No matter... Are you there, Stalker? Now, you gotta activate all the transformers. That should overload the grid and temporarily shut down the Dugas.
The only like placeable line and mines were in this game. Like that would make this segment a lot easier.
We're in position, boss. The garage 20 to the north. We just spotted a scouting party. Hold them off, no matter what. Don't let them catch sight of China. Copy that, boss.
I'm not like opposed to the idea of forming my own Discord server, but like it's gonna have to be like once I have like a sizable enough audience and tuning in on a regular basis. Sure, if you remind me.
The Dugar's not gonna pose a threat for a while, and now these assholes have no idea where we're gonna hit them. It's time to move on to the grand finale. So, you were after Faust, right? There's a gathering on the roof of the comm center, the Dugar command post. It seems like the preacher is about to come out and address his flock. Go finish him off. We've got your back. And if you hear an explosion, take a look around. It's not every day we make the Dugar sparkle.
Payback. minutes ago isn't that bad. I will pin your comment after stream if as long as you like leave it. Nothing like the quite satisfying what like crunch slap. What would you say that's? Oops. Oh well. At least I saved it right before this. Can't say I'm really surprised that like that would be the combo they'd go with. I mean, but I am surprised that like people are still doing collabs with like Overwatch 2, since, you know, I was under the impression that like it was a dead game. Is it like just that good?
Fox-Star. There's a lot of them right under the Dugal. They got a gas gun. We're outnumbered. 5 men down. Stay low. Give us your coordinates. We're moving in.
You know what? Once I kill Faust, I'll look it up. I might actually make you mods sooner rather than later, or Mr. Williams. Let's just say that I will be picking a few, that like I will be stepping on some toes with my next video. I think I should clear that room, then I should drop a save in there. Like, I'll tell you you know what? Since it's actually kind of relevant to my video and it's not gonna happen, like, right away. One person I am seriously considering putting on the chopping block is, well, Angry Slug. You know, Mama Max's editor. Actually, that reminds me. I should tell someone something. Well, basically, he's an unhinged psychopath who, among other things, would distribute, like, post actual CP on, like, Discord servers and, or isn't, like, actually Twitter, you know, like what Dom Lucre did. If that name, don't know if that name rings a bell.
There's a lot of them right under the Dugal. They got a gas gun. We're outnumbered, 5 men down. Stay low. Give us your coordinates. We're moving in.
And I don't just mean like lolicon, which I'm not going to get into the topic of. Like, in general, I try and remain neutral on that topic simply because I'd rather not go through an argument in the comments. And also, I would say there's a difference between someone saying they're into, like, midnight, like Rebecca from Cyberpunk 2077, or, well, I've seen a few people consider Midna to be a lolicon, but I personally don't. Like, I basically decided I'd rather deal with, is just explaining, I don't want to deal with the headache of people arguing in the comments, so I just decided, you know what, I'll just stay neutral on the topic. Like, I will call out someone for having a double standard, like, if they're condemning one person for being into lolicon while secretly being into it themselves. But you're never going to see me saying someone is a pedophile just because they like lolicon. Like, unironically, if you wanted to, like, pass this on... Yeah, like, if it turns out that Rev was messaging someone who's underage, I have no reason to believe he is. I'm just bringing this up as a hypothetical, so if Rev somehow watches this stream, know that I'm not calling you a pedophile. In fact, I'm actually kind of... Well, then I would absolutely put him on blast, but, like, honestly, if I was going to make fun of him for something related to lolicon, it would be how overzealous he is, not like... But anyways, like, Angry Slug would post, like, links to actual CP, and I think in at least a few instances, he posted, like, actual images. He was also in Shadman's Discord server. I'm assuming you know who that is. If not, well, that's actually someone I don't feel comfortable talking about say... But, like, basically, I think that if, like, you're into that sort of stuff, you probably shouldn't be... Okay, good. Like, but anyways, like... Like, basically, in addition... he's the type of person... And from what I understand, like, it's one thing if, like, you go in someone's Discord server, or say you want to speak to, like, the person who runs the server, ask your questions, and then dip out. Like, that I would say is perfectly reasonable, although I would probably say it's better to, like, try and get in contact with someone you know is friends with them and arrange something first. Like, Shadman is one person I will never even consider hearing out if, like, I ever have to do a video on him. Although, honestly, I'd probably just use a get-out-of-jail-free card in that case. Like, there is at least one or two people who I will be, like, covering the allegations of who are actual pedophiles that are into lolicon, but that's more like a in spite. But that's more of, like, a coincidence. Like, I don't think they were like, oh yeah, I like the animated stuff, let's try out the real deal. Like, you may have seen how, like, I'm doing, like, the VTuber blacklist re-examination thing. Like, well, I actually kind of would have kind of wish that, like, the blacklist had put Rev on there for being a pedophile because he was into lolicon. I'm only using this because of, like, I don't think he is mainly because doing that would have been suicide, and it would have been absolutely hilarious to watch the fallout. Like, can you imagine just, like, the rampage he would go on? Like, that would be, like, some really weird small-scale John Wick. Like, I'm only bringing that up as, like, a hypothetical. Like, I don't actually think Rev should be put on the blacklist. Now that I think about it, Rev is actually kind of an outlier for VTubers. Like, he doesn't really collab with anyone aside from his wife occasionally. I wonder if that's, like, by personal choice or if, like, well, if he does, I at least can't think of any examples. Like, you'd think he'd at least, like, bring on, like, a few big names every now and then, just, like, so he can, like, brag about how much of a fan base he has. In fact, I'm actually wondering, if Rev wasn't married to Darling Straub, would he even bring her on? I mean, it's not like the two have, like, an overlapping content. Like, Rev is well, a commentary channel, I guess you could say, and, well, Straub is an ASMRist. But anyways, like, the first example is someone you might have seen, like, ending if, like, you've seen one of Arundel's videos. You know what? I'll say it just because, and, like, start deleting evidence, you know? I did actually speak with Melia once in the past, but honestly, it was, like, not really anything worth writing home about. I just, like, sent him a DM request on Discord, asked, hey, what's the deal with blank? It was just, like, a few things that he'd, like, talked about, since we were in a server or at this or together at one point. I've since left said server, and I don't feel like mentioning the name. But at the time, I did not know about most of the stuff Melia was accused of. If I had, I would likely not have sent him the DM. And once I found out, I actually quickly backed out of there. Quietly, mind you. I didn't make a big deal. I just right-clicked on our conversation and selected the option to leave it. I wouldn't be surprised if Melia doesn't even realize. We weren't even in the middle of anything serious, so I wouldn't be surprised if Melia just doesn't care.
Fox-Star, there's a lot of them right under the Dugal. They got a gas gun. We're outnumbered, 5 men down. Stay low. Give us your coordinates. We're moving in.
But anyways, going back to the VTuber Rev and the VTuber blacklist, it would be funny simply because of how idiotic it would be. What did you expect X would happen? Sort of thing. I do. I think I might actually switch over to a controller and see how, like, differently that goes.
Fox-Star, there's a lot of them right under the Dugal. They got a gas gun. We're outnumbered, 5 men down. Stay low. Give us your coordinates.
You know what? If I die one more time, I think I'll just call it a stream. Like, actually, you know what? I will actually lower the difficulty just for this one.
Fox-Star, there's a lot of them right under the Dugal. They got a gas gun. We're outnumbered, 5 men down.
Stay low. Give us your coordinates. We're moving in.
On Twitch or in chat in general?
I'm moving to cover fire. Keep the enemy pinned.
You know what critic I would not be surprised at all if, like, you were to, like, audit, and, like, I'm talking about, like, YouTube critic, not, like, regular critic. And it's a movie critic, not, like, a gaming critic. But if you were to, like, audit their output and, like, what you'd find that they were very unethical. The critical drinker. And I'm not saying that because, like, I dislike his content. Like, I haven't really watched him, but, like, the thing is, he has given positive reviews to movies by the Daily Wire, except the thing is, he's also done collabs with them. I would need to watch his reviews of those movies, but but I wouldn't entirely be surprised if it turns out that, like, he gave them positive reviews without actually, like, bringing up the fact that he'd collab with them. Like, I'm not saying that it's possible he didn't, like, actually like them. But at the very least, he should have said, like, okay, guys, look. I know I've done work with the Daily Wire before, but this did not... But this review was not impacted by that. Although I can understand why.
Star, they spotted us. Hide the explosives and get out of there. Quick. This is your only chance. I've got a backup plan.
Now, here's the thing. If the Daily Wire was just paying for his ticket, or rather, I guess, as paying, like, giving him, like, a trial membership of their service. Then I would say that, like, he should still have to, like, disclose the fact that they, like compensated him for this, but, like, that alone would not make it unethical. Like, at the very least, like, it would be negligence, sure, but not outright unethical. But the thing is, if the Daily Wire was actually paying him, then I would say, then it would make sense. Then it would actually raise questions about, like, the integrities of his reviews. Especially since, well, there's other things that he's done and said which really, like, raises questions about how honest he is with film reviews. Like, if you want another example, like, I don't remember the exact clip, but, like, I have no idea who you're talking about. But anyways, like, if he was, like taking, like, sponsorships from the Daily Wire and not disclosing them, then I would say that makes any reviews he's done of their work suspect. Now, for the record, I have no problem with like someone being sponsored to like make a video on something. Like, I would actually like to take sponsorships one day, as long as they're like upfront about it. Bro. I do not think I will need to pick up another bandage.
Boss, we've cleared the garage. Heading north now. What about ammo?
In fact, you know what? I'll trade this guy.
The grenades we took from the ward. Damn it, Cleric. Too soon. I know. These assholes are fucking hard to take down. Should have packed a flamethrower. I'm sending another squad to you. We're moving to the Dugas. Let's get this done.
Alright, that's where that beacon was.
We made it through. I even snagged a Gauss gun.
Ooh, I want that Gauss gun.
Get ready. Moving on to the last phase of the plan.
Okay, good. Like, if I had to like go back to an earlier a save like in the middle of the building, I would have quit right there. Hmm. Oh, come on, that's cheating. Hmm. I think I beat him.
The fight is over. The mortal dies, yet the soul endures.
Where even is this anyway? Oh, it's...
Welcome to the subtle world.
Oh!
We have a lot to talk about. What time of day would you choose for an intimate conversation?
I've always liked dawn. What a fascinating show.
Much of the zone is not what it seems.
What the hell did you unleash upon us?
You know more than I do. Envoy of the monolith.
What?
You stood by his side, carrying out his will, and now you've come for me. I have angered him. And that is why you are here, seeking revenge and a reward.
I don't get it. I just want to reclaim what I've lost.
I mean, technically, in Faust, you're not the one we have a bone to pick. Like, that would actually be Dalin. Like, if...
Some come to the zone.
I mean, you are in the way, but, like, I wouldn't say... I would say that this is, like, just business, nothing personal.
For miracles. Many just want to find happiness. You know?
I wonder how different the dialogue would be if I was, like... probably not.
Alive again.
I was gonna say, I wonder how different it would be if I was doing the ward path, but...
But have you ever met anyone who was truly happy? And what do they look for if the miracles don't satisfy them? The monolith brought joy to her,
I feel like this would have been better as, like, a pre...
but I've decided that all stalkers in the zone deserve better.
How generous of you.
I've been here before. Once. A long time ago. When I was a stalker. Looking for an adventure. I took just one awkward step. And my whole world plunged into darkness.
Spatial anatomy.
It was I who gained true sight. While the others kept stumbling around in the dark. Searching for invisible wonders. The monolith showed me the zone. For what it truly is.
Is this the real zone?
Define reality. The zone is what you consider it to be. I've shown you how I see it. Walk your own path, and you will come to see the zone in your own way. Such is the will of the monolith.
Come in. Do you copy? Is anyone still alive out there?
I'm alive.
That's the kind of news I like to hear. And what about Faust? Is he in the still alive
It's over, guys. Good job.
Well, that's it.
Skiff, they're scattering. We're pushing them north. What about Faust?
Dead. What about S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
He did it. He blew up the Dugas. But he didn't make it. We've lost so many. It doesn't matter. Let's not waste our time mourning. Star wouldn't want that. He believed in his cause and was willing to do whatever it took. Besides, he's a legend now. How many guys in the zone go out with a bang like that? We've still got work to do here. Need to transport the wounded and dead. As for you, return to Malachite. They're waiting for you. I remember now. Mikola. Saborna Street. Apartment.
I will do some exploring of this area off stream since I've unlocked it. In the meantime, I'm going to call it a stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'm dropping a video this Thursday, and it's a big one, so you don't want to miss it. But anyways, he's not sure what we'll do Friday. I might try and go back to a schedule this week. And I think I have an idea for what I want to do alongside Mass Effect Act 1. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm Andreas Rebel, and I'll see you on my next assignment. Later.